that's terrible. It hasn't been that long, has it? A week?
Yeah, maybe. Usually a week.
It's been about a week.
Yeah.
Behind the mic again, Jacob Meyer.
You gonna miss D this week?
Yes.
He said, not gonna think about it.
No, for sure, man.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people say that was like they enjoyed that podcast a lot.
Yeah, I did. I heard a lot of people say the same thing.
That's weird.
It's funny. It's like we know the same people.
It's like we hang out with the same 4 people.
Yeah.
Too funny. No, they did. They said they enjoyed it. Fabian, he was like, he was laughing. Like,
The GTA thing got a lot of everybody liked that.
yeah, they thought that was funny. A lot of people talked about the gangster rap in the back seat on the way to church. That one makes me laugh. Really.
Maybe our audience is a lot more hardcore than we think.
Hardcore?
Yeah, like a lot more worse people out there trying to get better.
Oh, maybe so.
Maybe we got some hidden drug dealers in our group.
It is pretty cool. I had like a random guy that I'd never had a conversation before in my life, ever. Last night I'm sitting at a table and I said, "Man, I started your podcast," and then he's on.
He said, "I started one."
I started your podcast this week or something.
Oh,
and I was like, "Yeah, cool." What do you say to that? Is it really good or something? I don't know what to say. But I was like, "Oh, cool, man. I hope you're enjoying it."
What did he say?
Not much. Yeah, no, he said he
walked up and was like, "Hey, I started your podcast."
Yeah, no, he
he
said,
took off running or what?
No, he was like, "Yeah," he was like, "Oh, that's good, dude. I'm enjoying it." And I was like, "Oh, cool."
Remember Nick that used to work out here all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been busy. I mean, he wants to get back in, but he was telling me that his boys listen to it and they love it. He's like, they asked him when he got back in town, it's like, "Hey, do you know Dale and Jake are doing a podcast?"
What? Where did you run into him at?
I ran into him at the football game.
Oh, nice.
We talked to him for a while.
Yeah.
So I thought,
Sweeney boys.
Yeah. So we think it's like a lot older people, but we have a lot of young people listening too.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I was like, dude, these guys. I think him and Brooke's son.
Oh yeah, Gavin.
Yeah, they listen. To
Rook. Let's see. It would be
yeah.
Rook is the probably the older one. Gavin. Those 2 are older, and then there's Kale too, Nick's son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, they're probably in that age range, but that's really funny that they listen to us because they're all
he said they love it. So.
They're young.
Mm-hmm.
That's really hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks.
Hey, maybe we will make a difference.
Bad influences. GTA, listen to gangster rap on the way to church. Oh no. She turned out all right, so whatever.
What is it? Dumb and Dumber. Even though old people are dangerous, and they still can serve a purpose.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah, that's right. Dude, one of my favorite stand-up bits was from not Dave Chappelle. He's got some funny stuff.
Yeah.
Was Jerry Seinfeld, and he talks about when you get really old, when do you stop caring about certain things, and when do you reach the age when you just throw it in reverse and don't look back anymore. I saw a guy do that the other day at Buc-ee's.
Really?
Dead serious. Old timer. He's barely moving. So I'm anytime I walk into Buc-ee's, I'm always in somewhat of a hurry. I'm always trying to get in and out. It's kind of a bad habit, slow down in life kind of thing. But anyways.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I get behind this dude. I'm like, oh man, this is going to go way too slow. Cause he's literally shuffling. He could have been
to get to his truck?
No, just to get to the register in Buc-ee's, and I went behind him in line. I'm like, oh, this guy's barely moving, right? He finally makes it to his car an hour later, it seems like. And what does he do? Turns it on, throws it in reverse, lays on the horn, and doesn't look back.
There's the warning.
He's like, y'all better stop because I'm coming. Just whips it back, takes off. Drove way faster than he walked, that's for sure. I was like, man. Yeah. God. What is the age, Jake? What do you think that is? What age is it? You just don't care anymore? Everybody else better watch out for me.
Upwards of 60 and higher, I would think.
No, I think it's got to be
you think it's more than that?
I think you got to be closer to 80.
That's true.
I think at around 80 years old.
Well, who would you see and be like, oh, he's old? I understand. How old would that have to be?
Yeah, in 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's just nah.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Just go for it.
And they say stuff too, don't matter. It's just whatever.
My grandma was that way. My Mimi.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she would do some of the wildest things, man, and say some of those wildest things. Yeah.
No consequence.
No consequences at all. One day we walked in. This is terrible. we were walking in to eat Sunday lunch at their house, right? And Nikki walks up to her, hey, Mimi, to give her a hug or whatever. And she rubs her hand up her leg, up her skirt. It says, my Mimi does the Nikki up her skirt. It says, you got any panties on under there?
Oh, my goodness.
Nikki's like, oh, yeah, I'm wearing panties. We should not put that on there probably. She's dead. It's fine.
She's dead. God.
It's no big deal.
What's the moral of the story?
I don't know. Why are we talking
No
about
wonder Creepy Joe can get away with it.
Yeah. Well, how old do you have to be before you can say creepy jokes or do things or whatever and get away with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I'm just sniffing kids. What's the problem here?
Oh, no, dude. Yeah. So she did some wild stuff, though, in her later years of life.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
How many of them do you think are coherent, though? Like, no.
Well, she was always a jokester anyways, kind of. So I don't know. I really don't. I would like to think she knew what she was doing.
Let's just hope maybe.
No, I think it's actually funnier if she does know what she's doing. You know what I mean? She's conscious about it.
I saw this guy, or it's a thing on TikTok, but it was like her grandmother's dementia or whatever. And she always hits. Her grandmother has dementia, and this girl's married to her husband, but her grandmother's in love with her husband.
Oh yeah.
And so it's always really awkward. And so you see the husband's sitting on the couch, and she comes and sits next to him, just kind of rubbing his shoulder, and he scoots over, and he just doesn't know how to act.
That's funny.
It's not funny.
No, it's hilarious. No, it's really funny. Nikki's great grandmother. She said, if I was younger, ooh, Dale. She told me that one time. Yeah.
Nikki better watch out.
Yeah, no, right. No, she's dead too, so it's fine. Oh, man. Oh, goodness.
Let's see. What else? What other dead people can we talk about today?
Oh, man. Start going on. We'll start rabbit trailing on conspiracy theories and stuff.
About what?
Just kidding. JFK again or something. Anyways, just kidding. No. Totally kidding. We're not doing that.
JFK wasn't that funny.
No, it wasn't funny at all.
It's all right. He's dead now.
It's fine. We can
Let's just talk about some other people and just say that they're dead now. Robin Williams, he was funny, but he's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Jeez.
Ooh, let's do dark humor. I'm just kidding.
Too funny.
All right.
Old people. We're done with old people. We're done. Yeah,
sure.
Let's move along. How do we get on this subject? It doesn't matter.
It was about the old guy at Buc-ee's.
Dude, that was funny. It really was. I was laughing super hard. This guy don't care at all.
It's hard when you can't get around him, in an aisle or something.
That's what I'm saying. I knew I was stuck. I was like, well, here we are.
And then you feel bad, but you're just
yeah,
I got to get around you.
No, I could not. There was one register open, and he was in front of me in line. So it was he's literally shuffling, and this is when everybody's trying to maintain the 6 foot. They had the stickers on the floor and everything. And so he's shuffling, and from his marker to pay was a solid 20 seconds, No. It was slow shuffle, whoosh, whoosh.
God.
In his Velcro shoes.
I hope that's not me one day.
Dude, no, because I plan on kicking butt in my 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. Be whipping these
Then Nick
youngsters.
and Brick's kids will be doing a podcast. We'll talk about Dale, but he's dead anyway.
Yeah, Nick's kids, yeah. Rook and Gavin and Kale will be in here talking about us. Too funny.
Cool.
All right, man. Dude, we try to come up with a plan when it's never successful.
They should know by now.
They should know by now, right?
We talked 5 minutes before here and get on the mic.
We didn't even do that today.
No. We're just going to try something different.
We're going to try to do hopper style. So what's hopper style? Pull something, spin.
Well, that sounds weird.
Spin the hopper. Lottery style.
Oh, yeah.
Pull a topic out of the hat. That's what we're doing.
We're going to try to keep them short and go through.
As many as we can. Let's give it a window. Let's say, let's go around roughly 2 minutes. Max.
It might be fast.
Per person. Well, it may or may not be. That's what I'm saying.
We'll find out.
If it gets good, we'll just keep going. But let's just say I'm
sure there's going to be some duds in here, but there's probably going to be some good.
No, that's fine. Yeah. So spin
Do you have yours ready?
Oh, I can. Right. Spin it.
We have a random topic generator.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh my gosh. That's so stupid. If you had a personal mascot, what would your mascot be?
A personal mascot? If I had a honey badger.
What does that do?
You've never seen the honey badger videos?
No.
Look it up on YouTube.
I like Guy on a Buffalo. Have you seen him on YouTube?
Who?
Guy on a Buffalo.
No.
Oh, really? He's a guy that's like trained a buffalo and he like rides him around.
Oh,
shoots
right
off
on.
of his
That's
back and all kinds of things.
So it would be a buffalo?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm kind of digging the buffalo right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Have you ever looked into?
Thought about getting a tattoo? Yeah, I want a buffalo.
Well, there's a couple cool things with the buffalo. I originally like started looking into some buffalo stuff. Like, yeah, that's probably one of the coolest phrases.
Cool.
Yeah. Stephen Ranella put a book out. Hunter Stephen Ranella. Yeah, put a book out about the American buffalo. It's pretty good. Anyways.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that it, or what? Is there more?
That's it. Yeah.
I was gonna say I really like buffalo slot machines. If you've ever played one, they're pretty cool too.
I don't know anything about slot machines.
Oh, let's just get moving on.
All right, Rand, my turn. What is the worst hotel you have stayed at? How about the best hotel? So what's the worst?
I don't know the name of it, if that helps. No, we walked out of the room and they were having like a racial conversation down at the stairs. Like it was about to get dirty. So I went back in my room, came back out the next morning. There was meth needles there was needles. I don't know what you'd shoot up with.
Yeah.
Meth?
Probably heroin.
Yeah, heroin. Sorry.
Yeah, I think meth is.
God, I've been watching Breaking Bad. You think I should know? God. Well, they still smoke that in a pipe.
They smoke it in a pipe, right? I think, or I don't actually. Do they smoke it in a pipe? Yeah, they do, right?
I don't know.
I think
I'm
so.
Street smart.
I don't know anything about drugs either.
All I know is I just sell them on GTA and that's it.
That's it.
Anyways, yeah. So there was like heroin needles, like all
in the
place.
in the hallways and stuff.
No, like on the ground, right there by the stairs and stuff. I was
wow.
like, that's gross. So yeah, that's mine. There were some bugs around there too. I was like, let's get out of here, but I will never stay over there again. It was in San Antonio too, in case it helps.
I don't remember ever staying in one and I was like, ugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure I have. There's one in high school. I remember when the football team we stayed because we were like we traveled like a long distance for a game.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, dude, this is a really cheap hotel. I'm sure they were trying to get the rates super low for,
Yeah.
I do remember that, but I was a teenager, so
it feels weird when you go into a hotel and it doesn't feel right.
I was like 16, so I really didn't care that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but still, it feels gross. Yeah. I mean, I stay in hotels periodically because I travel a lot. And it's kind of nasty.
All of them?
No, not all of them.
What's the best one you ever stayed in?
Is it Renaissance? I don't know. There's some nice ones when I go to Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the name is. Is it my turn or your turn?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Let's see. What does it say? What or who has taught you most of the information you use regularly?
Oh,
that's a pretty good one.
That's good. Easy. Mom and dad. Dad, mom. Like, because this time you spend with them as kids, lays that foundation for life. So that one's easy.
Did y'all have a lot of like heart-to-heart conversations, or was it just kind of like the standard of being in the house?
Me and my dad talked quite a bit, especially after football games. It was really weird. Like it was like life lesson time after football games.
Yeah.
So strange. I don't know why.
About giving it your all and that kind of stuff, or what?
I mean, it was football related. Sometimes sports specific, but then oftentimes it would turn into life and stuff.
Did y'all have like a deer lease or anything when y'all were growing up?
Dude, get this garbage. I know we fished a lot. Okay, so we did fish a lot, but my dad quit hunting whenever I was growing up. Like he hunted all his life and never fished, and then flipped the switch. He never hunted and fished all the time.
Yeah, but you love hunting.
I love hunting
more than fishing.
I would rather hunt than fish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I like fishing too. Let's be honest. I like them both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's probably my grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah. He invests a lot of time in me. I can ask him questions. I can do whatever. Anytime I'm there, I'm always at his feet, like just listening.
It's super.
He's got a lot of wisdom. Yeah.
It's super important to have people in your life you can go to. I mean, like when I first started building houses, like. It was like having a wealth of knowledge because my dad was out of the business. My grandfather was retired. So I could call them at the drop of a hat and be like, hey, I've got this. And they would either be able to come look at it with me or just give me an answer over the phone.
Yeah.
Having that in your back pocket is incredible. Mm-hmm. So,
especially when they're willing to actually help.
That brings up a good subject. We've talked about this, not here, but we've talked about it in other places. I know we talked about it in the gym.
What's that?
You should always have somebody that is mentoring you, and you should always be a mentor. So it's like you're constantly in this constant state of you're being pulled up by somebody else and their wealth of knowledge while you're also grabbing somebody else's hand and helping them along.
Yeah. That's a big thing.
It is.
It keeps you accountable to what you're listening to and what you're providing to somebody else.
Yeah.
That's something to think about.
Well, think about it then.
I'm kind of doing that, but then you never think to tell the person you're doing that to be like, hey man, you need to pick up someone else.
Somebody, it's really funny. Like one of the best ways to learn is to teach somebody. You ever thought about that one?
Yeah.
You learn a ton by teaching somebody else. Even on the subject matter that they're needing help in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right.
It's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I don't even have it ready, man. What is the worst restaurant you have ever eaten at? Why am I getting these worst things?
I don't know, but I hate CC's and I'm glad they went out of business.
Oh,
sorry if you own CC's.
dude.
I call it feces, man. I do not like it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I think in one sitting I ate 40 something. I can't remember. I think it was 41 slices of pizza
From CC's?
from CC's.
D could eat there. She likes is it the Alfredo pizza?
Yeah.
Or what is it? Alfredo? It's just cheese. There's no sauce on it. It's just the cheese and the.
It's just Alfredo sauce and cheese on top.
Yeah. She loves that.
Worst
I got
restaurant?
Taco butt, pizza butt. Like, we've made these names like feces.
Okay.
They're all.
Worst looking or worst tasting? Because there's a difference. Because you walk into some places, you're like, dude, this is
What are you talking about? Worst looking?
like it looks. It's like a dump. Like the floors are dirty, and you're like, oh, this place is sketchy. And then you eat, and you're like, oh, that was pretty good. That's like half the Chinese restaurants I eat at.
Yeah, some of those look a little gross.
I'm just saying they look a little gross, and then there's usually things in there that I like a lot. I love those like green beans that are in like that.
Like a steak? Is it like beef in there?
No, it's just green beans and like a dark sauce, kind of. It's real light sauced. Dude, I love those things for some reason.
What else looks nasty? Fast food chain that you think like looks nasty, or I mean, some of them all can look nasty, but
this is funny. Like Whataburgers, most Whataburgers are the buildings are old and outdated for the most part, especially the inside. So they all usually pretty ratty.
Do you like Whataburger?
I used to. I don't eat.
You don't eat fast food really?
Not much. Yeah, I'd rather if I'm having a hamburger, I'm gonna get like a good hamburger.
Where? Have you ate at Five Guys?
Dude, I love Five
Mighty
Guys.
Finds? Have you ever ate there?
Where?
Mighty Finds?
Mm-mm.
Mighty Finds is good too.
Where's that?
I don't know if they have one here in Houston.
Five Guys.
Another in Austin.
Makes a great
Five
burger.
Guys is good.
Makes a good
Expensive, but do they give you a bag of fries?
a bag of fries. It's like, can I have fries and enough for tomorrow, please?
And then put my hamburger at the bottom and dump all the fries on top. So it's greasy getting down to it.
Absolutely, it's delicious.
That's a pet peeve for that place. I hate having to dig through the fries to get my food, but
they normally put it on.
No, they don't.
What?
They fill that bag up.
Yeah, but
every time I've been there, my burger's at the bottom and then all the fries are dumped on top.
Yeah.
Best French fry out of all fast food. Go.
I love the waffle fry from Chick-fil-A. I do.
If you eat fast foods, it probably Chick-fil-A. Majority of the time.
Yeah, because of kids and stuff.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A is huge in our family.
Yeah.
Yeah. D loves Chick-fil-A.
Is that y'all's fast food?
Yeah.
Probably.
Or Cane's.
Have I told you like Nikki's ideal fast food date?
Oh, we've tried. We haven't tried it, but we've always talked about doing
it. Sonic drink.
Of course.
Taco Bell.
What? Entree?
Entree. And then Cane's fries and sauce.
Cane's fries and sauce are good.
It's a good combo. Mm-hmm. She loves that. We've literally done that circle like right there on like just this side of town.
Yeah.
And parked in the Target parking lot and had a date right there. It's pretty cool.
That's fun to do.
Yeah.
We always talk about doing that.
The last time we did it was like 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's not often, but it is kind of a cool date occasionally.
Dessert?
Oh, my goodness. Brew and Bake makes this chocolate cake, and then you take it home, and you don't eat it there. Oh, you can eat it there, but you ask them to warm it up there. We normally take it home.
Yeah.
And you like throw it in the microwave for just like 10 seconds, and it like gets, it's so
You don't like molten chocolate cake from Chili's?
No, that's good, but I'm
like
telling
that?
you right now, that chocolate cake from Brew and Bake is ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
Cheesecake from Saltgrass.
Oh, really?
Probably the best cheesecake I've ever ate.
Interesting.
I will go there just for the cheesecake too.
I'm like when it comes to cheesecake, there's this place in Bay City that shut down now, but her name is...
They're dead now, so it doesn't matter.
Right, they're dead now. It's fine. We can say whatever we want. Called Dylan's Cheesecake. They just recently closed, but apparently she still makes them at home, and you can if you catch her on her Facebook, you can still buy a cheesecake from her. Anyways, she makes some ridiculously good cheesecakes. Dylan's Cheesecake, Bay City, hands down by far the best. They make this strawberry shortcake cheesecake or the mixed berry. Oh my goodness, dude, it was ridiculous.
We probably already know the answer to this one.
What's that?
What's the most addictive mobile game you've ever played? But I would imagine if you just put it as game, we kind of already talked about this.
Yeah,
you would say Call of Duty or something.
Yeah, Halo, Call of Duty back in the day.
Halo was a good game.
Yeah,
when it first came out.
All of them. I played all of them. Every single one. Yeah.
Do you remember the flood?
Oh yeah, dude. The first time you saw the flood, I was actually genuinely you'd be sitting there scared as you're playing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you play it in the dark. You hear
yeah.
You'd hear
creepy, dude.
The walls.
Super creepy. Yeah. In
case you don't know what the flood is, what was it?
They were it
was an alien, but
yeah.
they were little spider aliens. It was weird.
Well, that's how it started. And then they
got bigger.
Well,
once they ate or bit somebody or something like that, it turned into kind of a
kind of zombie kind of thing. Yeah.
What trends did you follow when you were younger?
What age range?
Let's say teenager. That's probably when trends matter. I don't even think you're following trends at 9 years old.
Yeah, it's probably
true. You got Poppets or something.
Early teens. Actually, most of my teenage years was skateboarding and punk rock and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah. What'd you wear? What?
I just was weird. I didn't have I wasn't a stylish kid at all.
Really?
Yeah, I just wore whatever.
Did you ever wear Jinkos?
Never.
Pipes?
Nope.
Dude, I wore both of them.
Did you really? You had the big pant thing going covered
when
your
I was
shoe
little, I was 11, 12, probably wearing Jinkos.
Yeah. I never owned a single pair of Jinkos.
And Doc Martens.
I mean,
then I got
I did have some Docs.
I started getting some preppiness in me. I started doing remember when you wear the t-shirts, a white t-shirt underneath, and you would roll up just
never
where
did
the
that.
white shows?
Never did that.
Tommy Hilfiger, Doc Martens, jeans. Do you remember slitting your pants right at the bottom?
Oh, absolutely. That was a trend.
A little bit?
That was
that was definitely a trend.
That was a trend for sure. I did that one too.
And now you only see 50 to 55 plus old men wearing them with those afflicted shirts or whatever.
Yeah, affliction. Yeah. So I got into the affliction shirt thing when I was in my early 20s.
Really?
We were real big into UFC and stuff.
Well, I wore Tap Out.
Did you?
Yeah. UFC was a lot bigger in high school than, I don't know if it's bigger than what it is now, but it did seem bigger then.
So when you were in high school, I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
What were you doing? Yo, that's when you were wearing Tap Out and stuff?
Yeah, all the fight gear.
Did you have any boxing matches with your friends when you were growing up?
Real young, before 10.
Oh, really?
We wrestled whenever we were in our early teens. Every Wednesday night, we'd have our Rangers, and then we'd end up wrestling at the end of the night. Seriously, it would be a brawl every Wednesday. So you know how our church setup is? You've been over there, right? Yeah. And you have all the different buildings, kind of shaping that one grass area.
Yeah.
That was Royal Rumble out there.
Did you watch a lot of wrestling when you were little? I
didn't watch any wrestling really at all, but we played this game called NWO versus... Oh, wait. WWE versus NWO on Nintendo 64. We played that game like crazy, and then we would go wrestle in the little, I guess, the courtyard area.
I played a game called Fight Night. You remember that?
Yeah, that was
a boxer.
Oh yeah.
And you could customize your intro and have fireworks and stuff shoot off as you're walking down. It was fun.
Too funny, yeah.
But it was hard, dude. That's one game. Okay, games that made you throw your remote.
Do you ever played Shuriken on original Nintendo?
What is it called?
I think maybe it was Sega Genesis. I think it was called Shuriken, and it was this game that was a side scroller.
Oh yeah, those are hard.
It was next to impossible. I don't remember ever passing level 2. Me and Tim Grow played it. It was ridiculously hard.
You never got into Mario and all that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Mario's hard.
Those were hard.
Yeah.
They used to be really hard. I don't know what they are now, but they were.
Well, they changed the style totally.
Yeah, it's 3D now. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. What would you want for your last meal if you were on death row? Oh, wow. Back to death. Last meal you ever ate, death row.
Deer steak, mashed potatoes.
Oh man, like in flour, like fried or like straight. Yeah. Okay, okay.
Fried, wrapped in a tortilla with jalapenos.
Really?
Yeah.
Never had it that way.
You need to try it. It's good.
So after I shot that elk in 2016, my peepaw was like, "Yeah, come over," and I took him some elk steak, some backstrap, and we fried them up, and we had that, it was just in gravy and stuff.
Yeah,
oh, so good. Yeah.
That's how you eat it.
I need to make that happen. I need to call my peepaw up. I have deer meat at my house right now and be like,
"Hey,
do you? Yeah.
Where do you get deer meat at? You haven't shot a deer in a while."
Last year.
You shot a deer last year? Oh, yeah, you secretive guy. I didn't hear nothing about a deer kill. Goodness. Wow. Now I'm mad.
Oh, please. Yeah, anyways, I need to call my people. I need to make that happen.
Yeah. Well, how about I be your peepaw? Because I haven't ate deer steak in 3 years.
I'll invite you over.
Okay, thanks.
Let's do that. I'll call my peepaw. Seriously.
Peepaw, Pastor, Dr. Phil.
I'm serious. I'll call him up and we'll set it up.
Yeah.
He would love to hang out with us.
I'm tired of waiting.
Go ahead. Next.
What was your worst vacation experience?
Worst vacation experience? We didn't vacation as kids at all.
Really?
Mm-mm. Like, we took one real vacation to Florida that I can remember as a whole family. Like, everybody went. Like, our vacation.
A lot of people here go to Florida. Why is that?
I don't know.
Is that
the reason why we went is because I'm going to be like totally like honest here. Is my dad went to college with a guy named Barty.
You die.
My dad did. Thanks, Jake.
Sorry, he's dead now.
Yeah. Anyways.
It feels a lot worse when you say he's dead now. It's not good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dad.
You brought it up.
No, I didn't. You brought it up. I said Marty's.
Oh, no. Marty's alive and well, as far as I know. It's been a while since I've heard from him. Anyways, they went to college together. He had this condo that he would rent out and stuff in Pensacola. And anyways, my parents were like, "Oh, we got it for free." And so we got to hang out at Pensacola Beach and stuff. Pensacola. On Pensacola Beach. It was a good time for me. Like, I had fun. I got to hang out with a guy that was older than me and stuff. And
how old were you?
I was probably like 16, 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And I got to hang out with the older son. He was quite a bit older than me. So I hung out with them, hung out with some of his friends, played cards at night and stuff at some college age student, college age guys.
Hanging out with the boys, huh?
Yeah. So I had a good time. I played beach volleyball and, had a great time. My older sister remembers it being terrible because apparently my dad was like a workaholic. He didn't enjoy himself unless he was his only downtime would be fishing.
Yeah.
On the water. He loved that. But if it was just sitting around doing nothing really he didn't enjoy it. So my older sister says that it was a terrible time because my dad was in a bad mood. I'm like, I don't remember that at all. I was having fun.
But was it bad mood because he couldn't work?
Probably. He was just always probably wanting to. He's probably calling the church or something, trying to check in or this or that. Psh, nonsense. I don't know.
Do you unplug pretty hardcore if you were to go on vacation?
Yeah.
Right now, you just
yeah. If we me and the fam go on vacation, I try to stay off my phone as much as possible.
Yeah.
A lot of food questions.
I know.
What the heck?
What
Next.
do you think of buffets?
Yeah, I like them.
Do you? I hate them.
Do you?
I like the fact that there's all the food there.
So I'm saying you have lots of choices.
I think you overpay because you really only get one plate.
That's true.
Yeah.
So if you're paying $15 for a plate, and the quality of food is definitely lower.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
And then you usually overfill your plate the first time out, which is so weird because it's you can get as much as you want, but you tend to
overfill your first plate. Yeah.
Well, I guess it was you get that or the boat with your bread at Olive Garden. Do you eat there?
Rarely.
Oh, never mind. I don't go to it. Maybe my phone is the one that's messed up. What's yours?
What do you mean? Is it another food one? No. What is that? That's good.
What are some goals you've already achieved? But we talk about that all the time.
We've never talked about goals we've already achieved.
What have you already achieved?
I don't know.
That's why we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have any freaking goals.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Probably the only one that has substance today. We're like, nah. I don't wanna
Nah,
talk
yeah,
about
that's
that.
got real substance to it.
We're trying to like stay away from that today.
We're gonna keep it light. Why do you think sports are common across almost all cultures, present and past? Because even like way back in ancient civilization, they had games
Yeah.
like sports.
They were probably
They're playing soccer with people's heads and like,
Yeah.
back in the Mayan times and stuff.
the
It's true.
gladiators and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean it's crazy.
They're dead now, so it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, we can talk about them,
let's talk about how dead they are.
make fun of them.
I mean, I hope you didn't have a big head.
Why do you think that is though? Sports.
Sports?
Yeah.
I think it's just the competitiveness.
It's got
Like
be,
it's something just to be better at something than someone else.
That's part of it. I think like the whole like
Team aspect.
I think so too.
Would you ever like kick a guy's head with me, Dale? Like,
I think about this. I've actually thought about this kind of stuff before.
kicking a dead guy's head.
Not specifically. Not specifically that. But if you're raised in a culture where decapitating somebody is the norm, like do you think twice about it?
Think twice about living there?
No, about being in that culture. Let's say you were born
Think twice about seeing a dead head.
you're a Mayan or an Aztec or whatever, Indian.
Yeah.
And it was regular to sacrifice people on the daily. You know what I'm saying? And all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, they kill people all the time. I mean, it was part of their culture, right? They were just wild. You know what I mean? And they did it to gods and all kinds of stuff. Like, I think about that kind of stuff. Like, if I was raised in that culture and you don't know any different.
Yeah, because there's some of these tribes, like as soon as they see people, they start trying to kill them.
Yeah, because they're like,
it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm interested. Like seriously.
Oh,
Like,
I'm sure if you're raising it, it's different.
it's so okay. So that's what I'm saying. I think it equates to like things today. Like how many things are we accustomed to because we were raised in it, and we just do them because that's how we were raised. Try not to get too deep, but
Yeah, I don't know what we would be accustomed to. Eating out probably is one.
it's a weird one. Yeah, because like think about it. Like eating out wasn't a thing.
When did
until,
you eat out with a kid? When you were a kid? When you were celebrating something?
Yeah, we never ate out.
Right.
We never celebrated.
We didn't have vacation. We never celebrated anything.
It's true though. Like we didn't eat out.
Yeah.
was
But now it's like
Common.
probably more so to eat out than eat at the house for most families.
I was saying, yeah, we still eat in most of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like to cook, or do you like to cook?
I cook a few things well. That's about it.
PB&J.
Dude, I'm an excellent PBJ cooker. No, I do breakfast pretty good. Like I can cook some breakfast up. Like I don't have any like meals like this is my meal. Like I cook this super good, like a specialty thing like cordon bleu or something.
Have you ever just wanted to learn how to cook? Like go to a chef class or something?
No desire.
Really?
I'm too impatient for that kind of stuff.
To cook or to learn something
To
different?
cook. Yeah.
Why is that impatient? I don't understand. Like having to wait the whole time? Like you don't like getting vegetables out and starting cutting them up and being... No?
That's really weird, right? Because I like eating good food and healthy foods, but I
Yeah, you
hate the
think
process.
that kind of runs together.
It
Like
does.
You learn how to cook if
It
you're trying to eat healthy.
Absolutely runs together.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't like it.
I fail most whenever I don't want to cook. Then I'm just like, ugh.
For sure.
I'm sure everybody does the same thing, but it's like when you start trying to eat healthy, you're like having to cook every meal.
Yeah.
You get tired of that.
Well, this is like
Meal prep is probably
people.
what needed.
Yeah. So here's like I'm a lazy meal prepper too. Like I'm serious. Like
That's true though. You got to cook like 8 chicken breasts. Like I don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
So I would literally like open up a whole thing of chicken breast and like cook them all at once. You know what I mean? And then same thing with all my vegetables, one big giant tray. Like I would put them on a cookie sheet, like green beans, broccoli, potatoes.
I remember you doing that.
Brussels sprouts, all of it. Sprinkle a little.
Is it
seasoning.
nasty by the end of the week?
Usually,
little
like so, by day 3 or 4, the vegetables start getting a little like soggier, softer.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me at all though, because I'm a lazy cook.
Was there ever an event in your life that defied explanation?
Defied.
Yeah.
Ooh, so we're trying to keep it light. Defied explanation.
Well, that should be like a miracle or something. I mean, I've already talked about the miracle that I witnessed, but what's something that defied explanation?
That's too. I don't
It'd be
know.
like a miracle. You've never seen a miracle?
I don't know.
Have you seen that video that's going around? I think it's on TikTok. It might be, but they're in, I don't know where they're at. They're overseas somewhere. This lady's arm is completely like, it's deformed in so many different ways. Like it is really deformed. They're praying over her, like a whole bunch of people around her. They're all praying. And the pastor, he's taking water and he's pouring water on her arm. And she's literally, you see her arm start popping and pushes out to where it's straight and goes straight to a noodle. And then her arm is normal. But they were praying, proclaiming the name of Jesus over in her arm. I'll find it.
Yeah, you need to send me that.
It's crazy.
That's
like,
cool.
It made me cry when I watched it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, nobody's touching her.
Yeah.
Nobody's like doing nothing. It's nothing weird. And you can definitely tell she is deformed.
All right, not to play the devil's advocate because I love it. It's a great story. But how many things are faked? Because so many things are faked on anything today. Like you could probably recreate that.
Me?
Yeah.
Not this. You can tell this lady's jacked.
I'm just saying, people do it with all kinds of stuff.
No, I'm talking like you can see that when you see it, you'll be like, there's no way that's fake.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I definitely have an open mind because I've experienced it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like tons of things are faked all the time on video, and especially for TikTok. I hate TikTok.
Well, I don't think it originated on TikTok. This video has been around for a while.
I'm not saying it's not a miracle. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying how it happens all the time for all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Anyways,
advocate.
Next.
Get behind me soon. What? How did I say that? Yeah. I said that out loud. Okay.
Where is the most awe-inspiring place you've been? That's easy.
Montana for me.
Really? Like,
yeah, it's amazing.
Out in the mountains?
Mm-hmm. I think the mountains in general. I think anybody would say the same thing.
Yeah. Nikki is a beach girl and loves the sun, blah, 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 blah. We went to Colorado one time and she's like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
There's nothing like being in the mountains.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
It's pretty crazy.
That's cool. I asked Warren this, as a guy that lives in Colorado. I was like, do you ever get like used to it, And like he's like, well, kind of, to a degree. Like,
really?
Yeah, I think everybody takes things.
Say they don't.
Because now he talks about fishing in the surf and catching trout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and we take that kind of thing.
I can kind of see that.
You take it for granted.
When we were up in Austin, everybody wanted to do their engagement session by the water, by the beach. They want to go to the beach. Everyone down here wants a field and a barn. Right. So it's like,
yeah,
you want wherever you're not at.
Exactly.
So, Dale, what do you look for in a guy? That's what it says.
Usually bald, wears camo hats.
Oh, man.
Oh.
There you go.
Boom. What book has changed one of your long-held opinions? So, like, you had an opinion.
I had an opinion.
You read something, and you're like, oh.
Gee, that's hard. Why don't you go first? Do you know of any? I mean, I know books that I've read that have, like, changed my life, but I don't think I've ever had an opinion, well, other than the Bible. The Bible is going to be obvious.
Yeah, the number one.
But outside of that.
I read this book whenever I was in my early 20s called Who Moved My Cheese?
Okay.
Yeah, it's really funny, right? But what it's the premise of is that like we shouldn't be like so you should be willing to adapt and change. So if the cheese moves, you move with it. So it's basically the cheese is the metaphor for the you're trying to get the cheddar, the money, right? And it tells the story of like a mouse trying to and like the mouse like one day the cheese is moved and one of them dies more or less. Right?
Why? He didn't chase the cheese.
He didn't chase the cheese.
Starved to death.
Right? So it made me view entrepreneurship a lot differently.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's good book. It's really short too. But the premise of it is like be willing to adapt, right? You may be doing something very successfully for a long time, and then it just stops working. You're like, well, I didn't change anything. That's why. Yeah, and times change. People change their opinions on how they like to do things and blah, blah, blah. So you have to adapt. Anyways, good book.
I like that one. What is it called again?
Who Moved My Cheese? I read that probably 12, 13 years ago. I read it at work when I was working for Franklin Builders. And I'm like feeling guilty because I'm like, oh man, I should be going to do something else. Making money.
Oh, when you were working for somebody else.
Yeah, for my uncle and my grandpa.
Jeez. What do you think is the deciding factor? I know this isn't one of the ones, but what do you think is the deciding factor between I want to be an employee versus I want to be my own? Because there's people that like are completely fine being employees.
Most people are.
Yeah. Why is that? The
security. Yeah. That is the one thing you give up with being an entrepreneur.
Do you think after taking the first jump, it's easier to make jump after jump?
Yes,
after jump after
absolutely.
Jump? I do too.
Yeah. So once you're like, well, the door's open, Well, let's open it all
Was that the best
way
decision
up.
of your life? One of them. I mean, obviously. Yeah,
Well, it was already in the vein for me, though.
That's true. You grew up seeing that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
So it wasn't like I was ever, I mean, I worked for my father-in-law, which is a small business. And then I worked for my grandpa and my uncle, which is a small business. I worked for a guy doing Kelly Gillespie and Lynn Gillespie doing insurance claims, another small business. You know, it was like all small business type stuff.
Mm.
So all entrepreneurs. So I grew up, every single job I had was, you know, following these types of people. So it was easier for me to do it.
Most rewarding and worst thing about being entrepreneur?
You make your own schedule.
Time.
Yeah, time.
The grind.
The grind. You are it is your job to do everything. You know. You know. There's like you can obviously hire things to be done by other people and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all it falls all on your shoulders, no matter what.
Yeah,
right?
That's the hard part about it.
Yeah, if you didn't pay the bills that month, it's your fault. That's the hard part, right?
Yeah. What would you say to somebody that's on the fence? Like, I get this question sometimes, like on the fence of I'm going to choose to be an employee or I'm going to choose to be my own business owner. Yeah. What is like right now, you go back in time, are you going to push someone to go work at the plant? Or are you going to push somebody to go be their own business? Yeah,
I would always push somebody to be their own business owner, especially if they have something to offer.
Yeah.
You know, if you have something that like genuinely is you can offer a service or whatever it is, product, service. That's the way I view myself. I view myself as a service-based company at the gym. I sell a service, right?
Yeah.
Same thing when I'm building houses, I'm selling a service, you know. But anyways, if they have a service or a product that's like needs to be out there, absolutely push them towards it. If they're just like, oh, I just want to be a business owner because you get to make your own time and you're your own boss.
Actually, you work more as a business owner.
Yeah.
You really do. Like your hours, like that was one thing that everybody like jokes about when they'd make the jump is like, I don't have to work as much. I'm going to work less. I won't have anybody tell me what to do.
Yeah, not a chance.
When you go over to it, you find yourself kick into like hustle mode and you actually work way harder, way longer hours than you ever would have worked. Yeah. But then you get to pick when you're like, I don't want to work.
Yeah, right.
You know, the feeling of my alarm going off in the morning, like, well, I mean, you still do it too, but it's your business. It's different. You chose 4:30 time, so
it's true.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
But outside of that, being told you got to start work now.
Yeah.
And you're staying till this late and maybe not even get off at that time. Like you have to go later. I don't like that. And I learned the more you get into entrepreneurship, you're like, I'll never go back to that. Like,
yeah, it's weird. Like, I can't say never. Maybe occasionally my alarm goes off and I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do this today. Yeah. But it's few and far between.
Really?
Yeah. So it goes off. And I'm on the ground, 4 a.m. and I'm like, let's get this day rolling.
I got a submission just then.
What does that mean?
Someone wants me to be their photographer.
Let's go, Jake.
Yeah, making money while I'm doing a podcast. That's why I like it.
It's true.
Honestly, dude, it's crazy. Like there's been times that we go on like a little vacation or we're going to take the kids to go do something fun that day. And I'm like, all right, I'm not going to work. I don't want to worry about it. But we'll be on the little deal. Like, we took money set aside to go do it. Mm-hmm. And I'll be there and I might make, 2 or 3 payments while I'm out doing fun with my family. Yeah. That right there, when you see that happening, you're like, yeah.
It's a cool feeling.
I'm getting paid to be a slitter bonder right now. Yeah. Like someone's paying me to do that. So it's kind of cool.
Well, they're not paying you to do that, but you're getting paid while you're there.
Yeah. So I basically work, I work every day somehow. Yeah. But actual physical labor, like I'm being watched over by a client on 1 to 2 days a week.
Yeah. The rest of the time, it's all on you.
Just me. Yeah. Yeah. That's fun.
It is cool. But yeah, I would if somebody has something that they want to do, I say go for it. Life is way too short, especially if you're wanting to do something. Not if you're just like, oh, I want to be my own boss. So that's not a good reason to be.
Were you ever in that the rat race? Like, were you ever in that feeling at all, or no? Have you never been there?
Yes,
you were.
Yeah, when I was like full blown 100% building houses, there was a few years like my goal was to make as much money as possible, and I grinded super hard to do that, and I paid for it dearly, man. I was exhausted, stressed out. It wasn't worth it.
Really?
Yeah.
So
it was
you can overextend yourself.
Yeah, it was
in your own business.
It was way better for me to back off on how many houses I built and be less stressed.
Charge different? No.
Always charge the same.
Always the same. Just take on less work.
Take on less work. And what was crazy is I actually probably made close to the same amount of money because there was less issues, right? Because I was more attentive.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't spread as thin, right?
Yeah. And then if someone was to ever like offer you a job that makes way more money than now, would you ever go into employment again?
There would have to be
extra $50,000 a year.
No.
I wouldn't do it either. There's no way.
If somebody was like,
I'll give you a bonus $1 million to do it. Yeah.
Depends on the job.
Really?
Yeah. For sure. You can make $1 million, Jake.
Who can?
You could.
Well, I think of like lifetime or like in a year.
No, in a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So $1 million bonus for a crappy job and to be miserable, not a chance.
What's the number?
To be measurable?
Yeah. What number does it, Dale? Everybody's got.
There would have to be a time limit for me to be miserable. Like you work for 5 years and hate every second of it.
For how much?
For 20 to 25 million.
God, you got some rich blood in you.
Just saying, if I'm going to be miserable, because dude, I don't live to make money. I don't.
Yeah.
If I can pay my bills, take care of my family, and still let's do some things out of, for pleasure, for fun, I'm happy.
You know how many elk hunts that is still?
I would never have to worry about elk hunting again,
And then you could just get like a wagon.
I don't worry about it now, though, to be honest. So, I mean, come on.
The kids behind you on a wagon.
Yeah.
Just horseback them in. They can all.
It's really funny. Is it funny to you how people think that, like, because you own your own business, you're wealthy or something?
I wish somebody thought that about me. No.
Anybody has never said something like that.
I just think they don't understand the behind the scenes and like how much it actually takes to run a business.
Yeah.
And like, are you really like, you make enough to be better off than working, for somebody else right now.
Yeah.
But the overhead or the things that you got to deal with, it does take out the money.
Yeah. It always makes me laugh whenever people do like.
Well, I do that to you too. I think you're wealthy.
Yeah.
But when you have land, I think that's an instant you're above. Like you're already above that. Yeah. Wealth is in land and real estate.
Yeah. I just think it's funny whenever people like they try to crunch the numbers on like how much the gym brings in or something like that, and it makes me laugh because they have no idea what it goes to run this place.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So they're like, oh, roughly how many members? Okay. Times how much? Oh man, Dill's killing it. I'm like, yeah, you have no idea what it takes to run a gym. You know, it's hilarious.
Well, I'm sure electricity gets really expensive.
Dude, it's expensive to. What's crazy is all we do is run some fans and turn some lights on up here.
Really?
Yeah, it's expensive.
If you don't mind, what would an average bill of electricity look like?
$400
for the month
for this place, and we didn't even have AC in here.
So it's just lights,
run a refrigerator.
These are LEDs though, right? So that's better than
what
could have been.
Think about this: we have a 200 amp service, right? And that thing is all but one breaker maxed out. So it's a lot of electricity running through this place just to turn the lights on and stuff. It's like $400 a month. It's crazy. Too much.
I think we've already touched base on this.
Have we?
But on this one, what is something popular now that annoys you?
A lot of things. TikTok. Social media.
Shut up. TikTok does not annoy you.
Yes, it does.
TikTok dances?
TikTok dancing. All the people who want to be funny who are dumb. That's true though. Like there's so many people on
TikTok.
Showing
our age now.
Yeah. They just want to be, they think they're funny.
Dude, next week I'm going to be following you in Buc-ee's. You'll be like,
just slide your feet.
Yeah, now's the time, Dale. That's the time.
If somebody I know is in front of me in line at Buc-ee's and they start shuffling their feet, I'm going to throw something at them.
to run them over.
Throw a coffee at them. All right.
Oh, goodness. Oh, there you go.
Not a chance. Do athletes deserve the high salaries they receive? Why or why not? No. Ridiculous. For somebody
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's stupid for a guy to kick a ball, throw a ball for entertainment and to make millions. That to me, nope.
Why though? Take it in relation of the whole franchise. They're making a heck a ton of money.
Yeah.
So the people that put people in the seats.
Yeah.
The
whole thing to me.
It would be unfair to them.
The whole thing is
in
stupid.
A business aspect.
Oh yeah. If you want to say that,
if the gym brought in $2.5 million a year, but you're paying $10 to your coaches.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of
Totally get it. I think it's stupid though. Still.
I think it's stupid when they use it and they become really hot-headed of themselves.
Yeah.
And then they don't play properly because they're like having an attitude problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous. You're throwing a football and you're crying about your cleat brand or something.
I will say though, their bodies do take it on. Like they're probably being paid that way because of the damage that's actually happening.
Especially football,
bodies.
right? Because of the short lifespan of football players. But no, doesn't add up for me. Sorry.
Not even for
you chose to play that
the
sport.
physical damage that you take on.
Yeah, that's fine.
They chose because of the price tag.
Yeah.
Who do you know that's not like, I won't go to the NFL?
People play amateur football all the time for nothing.
Well, these are idiots.
I'm just saying people would still do it.
I'd rather get paid.
No, I agree. I'm just saying. I think it's ridiculous that they make that much money.
What about golfers?
Stupid.
You know how hard it is to golf? I'm about to get mad. I'm about to get real upset. No, I'm just kidding. You know how much time and practice goes in to be that good at something?
Yeah, fantastic.
If you're working that hard, those guys give up their lives too.
Okay, but the farmer that's feeding America is making 1/100th,
sometimes
1/100th of what he's
in debt of that.
Most of them are in debt. Let's be honest, right?
Government.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started.
So
it's true.
Still think it's worth it?
Huh?
Still think it's worth it that they get paid that much?
It says
because their bodies
deserve.
Their bodies are hurt.
You said they don't deserve it. Oh, favorite genre of movies?
Action. I like a good shooter, like westerns, action movies.
What's your compromise movie?
Compromise?
Yeah, between you and Nikki.
Comedy.
Comedy.
Like usually romantic comedy, but comedy. Yeah.
Do you like romantic or no?
If I'm watching it with her, no. What? Any other time, absolutely not.
You're not just chilling here in the gym watching romantic comedy?
No, not a chance.
So what's your favorite one?
Romantic comedy.
Like, are you like Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore type?
Those are great. Yeah, like 50 First Dates was funny.
What about
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Hitch.
Will Smith. Mm-hmm. And then what was the other one? Like, I like Shallow Hal.
I don't
Did you ever watch Shallow Hal?
Oh, I do remember that one.
With Jack Black.
Yeah, I do remember
Those
that.
are.
Yeah.
What else is there? Who's the other guy that plays?
Bunch.
The other one that plays in it.
Vince Vaughn. There's a bunch of Vince Vaughn ones.
Yeah, and then there's a group that kind of runs together. Like, kind of like Adam Sandler has his group.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the Night in the Museum guy.
Yes.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
He does a lot of them too.
Yeah. Well, you remember like
him and Jennifer Aniston did a lot together, right?
I don't remember that. I don't remember any with Jennifer Aniston, but I do remember that Vince Vaughn has a bunch of them. Like, I don't remember. He had a bunch of them too, though.
Anyways. You ever watch The Notebook?
Yeah, of course.
You like that
one? Yes.
I watched this thing the other day. It was kind of funny. It was talking about movie stereotypes, but it was talking about how like a lot of the times, because it's usually written by a male, but the guy can sneak into the room of the girl and it's completely fine. But if you flip it and the girl sneaks into the guy's room, it's like the guy flips out because she's a stalker.
Oh,
but they were like, funny. They were going through all these little things.
It's that way with that's society though.
And they were talking about stuff like if someone walks into a room, they usually have like a brown bag with like a piece of bread hanging out and a big old piece of lettuce, like just little stereotypes.
Yeah.
It's funny because I've been watching Breaking Bad.
That's a real stereotype though.
A lot. Like the bad guy eating an apple, like something weird, like after he just like, blew someone's head off or something.
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
eating apple.
He's eating an apple or something. All of these things are like, when you start watching them, you start seeing that it's like, oh, they were talking about like if you have a funeral in a movie, one of the shots that's always in there is like someone off in the distance and a dark character. You can see the whole wide shot of the funeral.
Yes, and they're like way off. Yeah.
It was pretty good. Like the first 20 minutes of it was like funny. And then towards the back, it was like, shouldn't have watched it. Like, cause it just got boring. But the first part of that to really grip you in was pretty good. But that was one of them is that.
This is about stereotypes of movies?
Yeah. Noah what is his name?
No.
The guy in The Notebook. What is his name? Ryan Gosling, but he plays the character, whatever his name is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But how he's like hanging on the Ferris wheel and like, he's doing all these things that are like, if a girl was to flip this, and they show movies where a girl now is the one sneaking in, and they're always a villain. Like they're always like a creepy stalker.
and stuff.
The guy's like, why are you following me? And it's always like freaking weird.
Yeah.
But if you flip it to where like guys, it was like, what's that movie with the vampires? I never even saw it. Twilight or something.
Oh, Twilight. Okay.
Did you watch that?
I mean, yeah.
I guess the guy snuck in a room was like, I've been watching you sleep or something like that. It's like so romantic. Right? Do you know what I'm talking about? I've never seen it, but I just saw it.
I don't remember that, but yeah.
He's like, I've been watching you sleep. And she's like, for how long? He's like, oh, for the last month. And it's like so romantic. And it's like, this is freaking weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
So they were saying how it's funny how like it's totally different for both.
Next.
But you know what they even went
Oh, no, you're not done here. Okay.
No, I was thinking another one came up. They were saying one of the stereotypes was the white hero. And it was where it's always a white person trying to
That's Hollywood, bro.
help a black person out.
That's Hollywood, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's Hollywood. Racial stereotypes.
And then they did,
Ridiculous.
they called it something that I can't say, but it was like the black hero. And then they flip it to where a black guy comes in and helps a white guy through some scenario.
Yeah.
Which was like...
Never.
No, it's just like weird.
Do you remember... do you remember there was...
and like they were talking bad about the actors that went through with it.
Like Will Smith?
With the golfing one? That's the one that came up. I've never seen it.
Okay.
But it was something about what's the most important thing was like for this white guy to start hitting better golf balls, and then Will Smith's playing this guy that's like going to help him out.
Yeah.
And he's like all talking like, yes, sir. And like,
yeah, ridiculous. It's sad. It's Hollywood, man.
Hey, but Will Smith has a number.
He does.
He knows that number.
That's right.
What are you looking at? You got one over there?
Yeah, sure. Why not? What's the most refreshing thing on a hot summer day?
Not lemonade.
I know, right?
I hate that. But they seem to put that in everything. Lemonade does not refresh you. I'm sorry.
It makes me thirstier.
It makes me super thirsty.
Yeah. That's because of the acidity in it, maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like the Frio. Something really cold water.
Really
like
cold water.
Float in the river. That would be fun.
Yeah, refreshing.
What about you?
Yeah, probably something like that. I can remember one time, especially when I was a teenager, like the river was the like go-to because we lived right there on it. And man, I was probably in the river like in the summer, like 4 days a week at least.
Wow.
Yeah, I lived on the river. So, yeah. Ooh.
What's that one?
Which app has helped society the most? Which has hurt the most? Shall we dive? Which one has helped the most? Number one app that has helped the most.
Google.
App?
Isn't that an app?
Yeah, that's no.
We have a Google app.
Yeah, but I would say like
Life 360.
Oh yeah, to keep it track of people and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Were you in the? Do you remember as a kid whenever you come home and then like your parent had left a note on the counter where they went?
Yes.
Isn't that funny? Like we would forget stuff like that. Or I actually remember my parents using a payphone. Like do you remember when payphones got taken out of stores? Like there was no longer a payphone
I do
anymore?
remember that. Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Why would you get rid of something like that? I mean, some people still
everybody has a cell phone.
Yeah,
everybody.
Is that why we got rid of them?
Yeah,
because they were like to make you get a cell phone.
No, they were just obsolete.
Because I see it fit. Like there's a lot of times that you could probably need a payphone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of times
if you're in jail.
Yeah. I don't know. This is weird because I was thinking about like that.
You've got a collect call from Missouri County Jail.
Meyer. Tell your
do you accept these charges? No. I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah, guy turns down a freaking $1 million, but he won't answer a payphone call.
That's right.
To be miserable, huh? No, I remember. I was thinking about that the other day. I remember coming home and seeing just a note on the deal. I went to the store.
That's really funny.
Did that. I've been thinking about stuff in my past like a lot lately. I don't know why.
Well,
like little kid stuff.
Well, it's funny because like we've talked about this how many times. Like being a slave to our devices. Like you're at anyone's reach in a moment's notice. There's no like privacy anymore. Like there's no space. It's okay if you don't respond to somebody's phone call or text message.
No, not anymore.
What I'm saying is,
out on you.
What I'm saying is, it is though. I'm telling you, like,
you don't
if anybody's listening,
you're calling me,
huh?
You don't say that when you're calling me.
That's true.
Yeah,
but it's true though.
My family hates my guts because there's sometimes I don't want to answer the phone.
Yeah, and it's okay.
And I feel bad about it, but at the same time, just like some like when you get it from everybody, like
Yeah.
emails coming in, freaking clients calling you, this, other people calling you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's calling you and you're like, oh my goodness. Like, I
Yeah.
just want to I want to throw this thing like as far as I can.
Yeah.
So maybe I just need to go on a week long.
It's okay to not answer your phone or respond to a text message
Right
immediately.
away.
You're not somebody else's slave.
Yeah. And if it's at 9:00 at night,
Oh, it's not happening.
I don't like when people call me but don't text me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because then I think it's weird. It's like people ringing your doorbell. What's the first thing? Like, you just go straight to the door and answer? Are you one of those people that like kind of like stay low for a minute?
No, I go straight to the door.
Really?
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Mm.
Usually
Not
with
me.
like in my underwear, just in case. Like, I'm just kidding.
Have you ever had to get up in the middle of the night with like a gun and go search your house?
Yeah.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
I don't remember, like bump in the night thing. You just hear something and it
Something.
wakes you up. Yeah. And
Feels weird. Do you ever
No.
get caught in your sleep? You know what I'm talking about when I say that?
caught.
Yeah, when you're like asleep, but you think you're awake, and so things are happening like subconsciously in your like
Yeah,
you're
it's those
awake, but
crazy.
you're
This
not.
was when I'm having those crazy dreams and stuff. Yes, back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I used to have some wild dreams. Have we ever talked about that?
No,
Dude, I used to have some wild dreams.
it's weird stuff.
Yeah, and I would act them out. Like I would act out things.
What's the worst dream? Like, what's the worst thing you've ever done in a dream?
Worse.
Like, have you killed anybody in a dream?
Like nobody I knew.
Yeah, but like, have you had to like?
Oh, I've been like special ops before and killed lots of people.
Dude,
It's real. Like
I've killed a lot of dogs in my life.
really
Like
in your
my-
dreams.
Yeah, but it's like normally they're attacking somebody,
Oh.
or like you're having to like
Never had
protect
that
somebody.
one. I've never had that one. Mine was like I had this. There was a time whenever I don't know why, but I was a teenager. I had this dream like that. I was like a special forces like type person. And I would have like night vision, and I was just like mowing people down. Dude, but
you played a lot of Call
That's
of
not
Duty.
true. I do remember this. I had a crazy dream one time that my old pastor, Brother Flowers, was like a mob boss, and he was trying to kill my mom, my whole family.
Jeez.
And I remember him rolling up in the caddy he always drove Cadillacs, and he rolled up in my mom's to my mom's house, and like he's like saying something, and I remember him like slowly raising the gun. I'm like, Brother Flowers, no, go, put him down.
Mowed him down.
True story. I'm dead serious. I have that dream.
Okay, true question.
Okay.
Someone actually breaks in your house. What is your thought process?
Shotgun. That's true, man. Shotgun and get to the hall as fast as possible so they can't get to my kid's room. You know.
I don't want to ask what.
Yeah, technically,
Let's lay the floor plan out
Yeah,
for the
my
next
house.
guy that wants to rob your house. No, I'm just saying. Like,
technically, my
do you
girls'
have
rooms are closer to
problems
the front
pulling
door.
the trigger?
I don't know. I've never been there. You know what I mean?
Man, it's so scary thinking, what if it's one of my family members? Like, what if someone is just trying to get in my house? Why are they doing it? I don't know. Probably
Yeah.
because I didn't answer their phone call at 9:00 saying they were coming over.
Oh my god.
I'm just messing.
Yeah,
No,
like
it's
I think it's funny how people are so resolute and talk about things like, if I was in this situation, I'd do it like this.
yeah.
Well, you've never been in that situation. Let's be honest. You don't know how you would react.
You have
know?
a concealed handgun permit and someone robs you right there, takes your wallet and takes off running. What do?
Let them have it.
Let them run.
Yeah, that's murder.
You can't shoot someone over something stupid like that. Like, yeah, it sucks, but
Hey, you can cancel your credit card in
Yeah.
seconds. You know what I mean?
it has to be life threatening.
Life threatening.
If anything was ever happening to Nikki or your kids, like there's not even a question in my brain.
Yeah,
Like, it would be so easy.
it would.
But I think
Yeah,
like if it's you versus him,
that's what I'm saying.
it's
yeah.
harder. It's like, what do I do here?
Yeah,
Because I mean, I've heard stories of like people being like bringing the Lord into stuff like that.
yeah.
You know?
Oh, I know.
And then-
like, why do you own a gun if you are a Christian?
Well, that too.
You know?
But I mean, they had swords back then, so I'm not like that.
Well.
That ain't even a thing for me.
Yeah.
But it is true. Like, you have to like really think about it. I mean, it's hard.
That's what I'm saying.
That decision would be tough.
I think that a lot of people think they know what they would do
Yeah.
until they're faced with it, and then they don't. I think some people would, unless the knife was about to be plunged into their chest or whatever, then they'd pull the trigger. But I think a lot of people would say, "Oh, as soon as they open the door, I'd just blast them." I've heard people say stuff like that. That's murder, by the
I
way.
think I would be sneakier.
Huh?
I think I'd be sneakier. I think I would have a way to watch them before. Like if I've always thought like I'm laying down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be headlight.
No, yeah.
So they don't expect to see you on the ground somewhere.
No, they're looking chest level.
You know their adrenaline's going like crazy. I would think.
Unless they're a seasoned thief. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been doing it forever, but they're probably less nervous about it. But let's be honest, most thieves are
They're
chickens.
young, right?
They're chickens, though. They are going to break into your house when nobody's home, stuff like that. They don't want confrontation. They want to make a quick dollar.
Yeah.
They don't want to get shot.
Rob my house. Don't rob my house.
Nothing of value here.
Yeah. Go ahead, buddy. You
Oh,
check
no,
the place.
he got my toaster.
Yeah, how old was that? You're walking out of here with a TV. Like that's $135 at Target.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead. I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
That's gay. Oh, sorry. Giving my age away here.
Uh-oh, yeah. Not PC Jake.
All right. If you had to get rid of a holiday,
holiday.
which one would it be?
Why would you get rid of it? A holiday. That's a weird question.
Not really.
Like a big holiday, like
Yeah,
families get
big one.
together, all that kind of stuff. How many of those are
Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's.
Easter?
Yeah.
Most people,
Big one. 4th of July.
4th of July. People gather on those days.
Memorial, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like Memorial Day is like kind
All right.
of
Christmas or Thanksgiving? Go.
Thanksgiving.
Out of both of those?
If you had
Wow.
that, if that's the choice,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving goes.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's the other way around.
Really, I love the gift giving and stuff like that. around
True.
Christmas.
But that can get out of hand.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's what I was going to is like maybe better to be thankful and not have to be expected to get someone something.
Well, that's true.
Not saying that getting someone a gift is a bad thing, but dude, a lot of people go in debt over Christmas.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. But
True.
I mean, I grew up in a house, I'm not even kidding you. Like we had our Christmas tree and it was at least 5 to 6 rows before you could even get to the tree.
Yeah.
Like presents. And then presents would
Yeah.
go from here to that.
With our whole family together, because we have a pretty.
No, this is me and my sister. Like my parents went all out on Christmas.
Wow, Jake. I
Loved
remember one Christmas. There was a time whenever I was like thinking like I was like probably 10 years old, like right around 10. And I was like, wait a second, my dad made some money this year. Because if we had, obviously I wasn't thinking that, but I remember thinking like, we have a lot of presents and we've never had this many presents before. You know what I mean? So that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Just to touch base on it, I did enjoy it, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I try to do the same thing with my kids.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just the way that they live now. They don't care about presents.
Yeah.
They want their phone. They want the iPad. They want this. They don't.
Yeah.
If you get them something that they play with, maybe 10 minutes, and then
Yeah.
it's like push to the side. And it's like,
It's true.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Me, dude, it was like Christmas
Dude.
night. We did Christmas Eve, and it would be like we'd play all night long.
Yeah.
Like it was like,
I remember getting a Lego set that I played with for years. Like, because it had some big pieces to it.
Yeah.
And I used those same Lego pieces for
Legos were so much different back then. Now they give you like the complete layout, and it's like so much to do.
They still gave you the layout.
Yeah, but it was more like you had a box of just random stuff, and you were having to build your own thing. You know?
No. Yes, you could do that.
Yeah.
But no, they had plenty of like sets back
I know. I'm just saying it feels like I wouldn't say they made it easier because there's a lot of technical stuff now. You haven't done it.
There's
with
a
your
lot
kids,
of
have you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They do Legos.
Yeah.
They like to build stuff.
There's a whole lot of like now they do more like specialty pieces, like movie specific and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So like you never whenever I was playing with Legos, there's nothing like specialty about them. They're all the same blocks, for the most part, just
Yeah.
different colors and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the 8, the 4.
Yeah, and like there would be some with the
And the little
slants
green
and
platform.
yeah, and like the slanted
Yeah.
ones and everything. But now it's like, oh, this Lego literally is in no other set or something like that, like or whatever, whatever. Yeah,
Sorry for
Totally
the
different.
boring Lego talk.
dude, I love Legos.
What makes you nervous?
Lots of things, Jake.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Speaking on subjects I have little to no experience in. It's true.
Yeah.
Like, I've been invited to or talk in front of large crowds in settings I'm not comfortable with. Like if you put me in front of
Have you preached?
In youth when I was younger, and I was so nervous.
Really?
Like, yeah.
As an adult, though, you've never had to like cover and preach?
Probably in my early 20s I did for youth, because I was in youth until I was till I was like probably close to 30.
Youth pastor?
No, just a work, like a assistant worker or whatever, involved.
Yeah.
Youth leader. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Youth leader is the youth pastor, right?
No. Youth pastor, then he'd have like a group under him. We had a pretty large youth group for years, so there would be like 8 of us on, maybe 10 sometimes on like youth staff. So,
jeez, that's a lot.
Yeah, at times we had a big youth group.
Is that even good?
Yes. What was the best invention of the last 50 years?
The iPhone, I guess.
I mean, like realistically, the internet. It's also the worst.
Never dial up.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, it's made information
You couldn't
available.
call anybody on your landline.
Oh yeah,
You'd
dude.
be like,
it'd mess it up. Yeah, you got to hang up super fast. Like if you picked up the phone, if you picked up the phone and you heard it, you had to hang up super fast so it wouldn't disconnect them.
Did you ever listen to your siblings on the phone? You're like little brother, right?
I had an older sister and a younger sister, so I was the middle child. Yeah.
But you never were like,
no,
I
don't remember.
Did y'all like talk on the phones?
Oh yeah,
like with your friends or boyfriend, girlfriends? Like
me and Nikki were talking whenever we were like all through the teenage years. So I remember like using the house phone, and like I remember like laying in bed.
Was that nerve wracking?
Falling asleep with the phone.
Can Nikki talk?
Yeah.
Did you have to talk to her parents?
Oh yeah.
Is it weird knowing that now?
Yeah, how silly that was.
No, just like talking to her parents now, knowing that that's like conversation that you had or whatever.
Yeah. It's really funny, like looking back to the things that made you nervous.
As a kid.
Like making the first time that I called her house. Can I talk to Nikki? Yeah, probably accurate, right? Yeah. It's so funny the things that make us nervous. Yeah. Like that.
But I mean, it's good at that time to be nervous.
Yeah.
Keeps you in check.
Wayne put the fear of God in me.
Okay, yeah. What's that conversation look like?
He was always super cool with me.
Your situation.
What do you mean?
Cambry, first date. What is your conversation with them?
First date?
Yeah, or whatever. Boyfriend, like, obviously you're not the dad that answers the door with a shotgun. That's stupid. But let's be realistic.
First, what does that look like on the first date?
Probably pretty generic. What are you?
I think a conversation about respect and stuff like that. Like, hey, respect my daughter, respect her space, be home on time, respect me, and I respect you. What
do you demand from him that you can work better on in your life?
Ooh, Jay.
Sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking, like, in my head, I was like, I've got this, and I was like, wait a second. I wonder if I'm putting different demands on him for my daughter than I'm doing for my wife. Sorry, I don't want to take it there, but it was just like came in my head.
I mean, don't you dare touch her. But I'm like, I be touching my wife all the time. Totally different demands.
Yeah.
You don't know. I don't know. I think the respect thing is probably the best one.
Yeah.
I like to think that I respect Nikki. I try, man, it's hard sometimes, but I do my best to never, and this is hard because I've done it a ton of times. Let's be realistic. But I'm trying to do better at it now.
Yeah.
If there's a thought that comes into my mind that like sarcasm or something like that, I try to bite my tongue more now than I ever have because it's just damaging. It doesn't need to be said,
There's a lot. Let's see. Is there a loss of the honeymoon phase, or is there just a lack of trying? Does that make sense? Do you think there's such thing as a honeymoon phase?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it's something that should be maintained?
If you're in the honeymoon phase, 5, 8, 10 years in marriage, I think that's like being like a baby Christian. It's the same thing.
Why?
Because I think that you should develop differently. Like you grow up, I think you should still love each other like crazy? Absolutely. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like, you should grow together in a different way. Like, yeah, I mean, I think the honeymoon phase is like not realistic in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The honeymoon phase is we don't get in fights. We never argue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the honeymoon phase. Realistically, you're going to have disagreements and you need to be able to figure out how to work through them. You know?
Yeah.
That's maturity.
Hard learning how to navigate a
Yeah.
confrontation like that.
Yeah. You never answered.
On what?
What
was it?
Yeah, the conversation you had with about your daughter's first date.
Oh, what do you mean? I kind of touched on it.
All right, whatever.
Like,
yeah, you don't want to talk about it now? Okay, whatever.
no, I just don't want to. Like, I need to check myself.
That's what I was thinking. Like, that's hard,
on it.
right? Oh, man.
Yeah. Is there anything that you used to do for Nikki that you just don't do anymore?
I would say I do more now for Nikki than I've ever done.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to think. There was like a time there I would buy D like flowers every month.
Nikki doesn't like flowers. You already know that.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah. Like, I used to buy her flowers, and she'd be like, this is a waste of money. They're going to die tomorrow. I'm like, noted.
Yeah. Flowers, they're a waste of money. But they're very pretty.
Yeah, I would say that, like, I was more selfish when I was younger, for sure, with my time.
Would she rather take the $25 bill it would have cost to get flowers? Just like...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, go get your nails done.
Nails, that's something she likes to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing. And I think that we overlook that a lot. Maybe not you, but I'm saying like
as men,
maintaining your wife to where she feels
pretty. Yeah. It's important. Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, that probably sounds wrong, like maintaining your wife.
No, but you're right.
Like I was at a wedding this weekend and the word says like a husband should wash his wife over with the word so that she can be presented, or the Lord washes us with his word so that we can be presented blameless and spotless.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's our job. You know, you should be able to present her to yourself like spotless. Like, you should take care of her as much as you possibly can and enable her to be pretty or do whatever she needs to do.
I think that scripture means something else, but
absolutely.
Okay.
No, but
yeah.
I mean,
I'll take it in this way. I think that when my wife feels pretty, she is in absolutely a better mood too.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So there's something about making your wife like, and making sure that she knows it. Like, you know, because her confidence level, like whenever she's had her hair done and her nails done, she's like, my makeup's on point, you know, and stuff. She just like radiates like, and it's not the makeup. It's not that. It's because she feels pretty, right? Yeah. And she'll make the jokes like, oh, you're only saying this because I have makeup on right now. And I tell her all the time, I'm like, you're beautiful all the time.
Right.
No makeup on, the whole 9 yards, right? But whenever they feel pretty or they feel pretty or their confidence level is up and stuff because of that kind of thing, it's important.
I think the word I would use is adorn, like adorn your wife.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
That's a very old person word, Jake, but yes.
Traditional maybe. Yeah. But I just think it's important to maintain, like help them maintain, because a lot of times you get in a relationship and the wife will be afraid to go do those things.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't want to spend the money.
And I think it almost like they wait for you to be like, no, we're doing this. Yeah. Like if you're just like, oh, that's too much money, like, yeah, you're probably right. And you like walk out. Probably not the right answer. Yeah. The answer is like, so no, I want this. I need to make this a priority for you. Yeah. So good advice for new couples, and money's tight. And if you could afford the $40-$50 to have their nails done, do it, dudes. I'm telling you. Yeah. It really does mean more than it will ever mean. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I guess whenever it's a priority. Yeah, it needs to be a priority. It's something. Make it a priority. Yeah. I didn't understand that really when I was younger, because Nikki, she'd tell me how much she spent on like getting her hair done. I'd be like, you gotta be kidding me. This is ridiculous, right? But now that I'm older, I'm like, absolutely. Like, I never would say a single thing about anything that, if it makes her feel beautiful, I'm like, let's go. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm kind of like that, like, as far as when it comes to money, like when it's with D, it's like, all right, I don't care. Like, if it's going to make you happy, I don't care. Yeah. You know, I've always seen that myself, like, I'm not really materialistic. It does, that's not, I guess you say your love language or whatever. Yeah. It's not my love language, but D still buys me stuff. So I'm getting used to it. Gifts. So we did. So here's some good advice for you. My pastor reminded me of this one recently.
take the 5 love languages test with your spouse. You ever done it?
No, I mean, we've taken it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like both of like, I like rated really low for gifts. Like it means gifts mean very little to me. Like I appreciate it, but like I can buy my own stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, thank you. But
Yeah.
I ain't go buy that, you know? But I'm like super high on the list is like words of affirmation. Like I love when my wife tells me like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, that gets me like ready. It gets me fired up like for life, you know. Like it makes me want to please her more too. So yeah.
That's true. Yeah, because it's weird how just words coming to you like that can like rebuild that. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm ready to do whatever it takes. You know. I think men, even if they don't want to say that that's the truth, I think 9 times out of 10, if you're a woman, if you can just tell your husband like you're proud of what he's doing. Yeah. Because the guys, like, we don't vocalize a lot about what's actually going on in our head. Sure. And so we're actually carrying a weight that you can't see. You know, I think I've heard this on a podcast before, but it's kind of like you're yeah.
Oh man, I was gonna answer it.
So yeah, like you're carrying a weight that a lot of times not seen, if it's financial, if it's kids, if it's raising your family, if it's being a better husband, like all these things are waiting on you. And then a lot of times they don't see that because we're not like, hey, this is what I've been feeling today. And you tell them everything. Yeah. So when they come in and they say, hey, I'm proud of you for something that you're doing. Yeah. It kind of like helps push through that stuff. Yeah. But the same vice versa, we're very vocal towards our wives. Like, hey, you look beautiful today.
I'm super vocal and like, yeah, it's really funny.
You know, and to them, it's like, it's almost like sometimes that doesn't work.
It depends on the person. That's why you need to take the test. Because Nikki's...
No, I mean, we did take it. Yeah. Are you saying about for like people?
Yeah, other people, like you need to understand. So like Nikki's like her like words are like super low on her list. Yeah. Like, so whenever I'm like, I love you, I'm sorry, you're pretty, like, yeah, she like appreciates it. But if I cleaned out the dishwasher...
She's like
she's acts of service. Yeah. So if I clean the dishwasher, give Hayes a bath, these types of things... Those are the things she appreciates more.
You got to be careful with your attitude while doing those things.
For sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can do it. Like, I'm doing this for you.
You can do the
angry
love language,
it.
but the wrong language behind it. Yeah. You can definitely burn that bridge quick. Then it's like, don't even worry about it. Yeah. You got to really like finesse what you're doing. So if you're failing, then just do all 5 love languages, and
you'll catch one of them, right?
You're bound to get one of them right.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
Well, I think we've talked about this before, but
how should success be measured?
What does it say? By the
measurement, who is the most successful? No. How should success be measured? I think it's by fulfillment.
By like
fulfillment of you. Like nobody can define success for you. You may be a millionaire, you barely pay your bills, but if you find happiness in what you're doing, you're successful. You know what I mean?
So who's the most happy person you know?
Myself. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I know a lot of happy people. I really do. Like, I really do. Yeah. I know a lot of happy people who are successful financially and not, but they're just happy and they're succeeding in what they do. You know, or they're not making money. What I'm saying is like they're not becoming rich from whatever they're doing. So yeah, that makes sense. You can be successful without it doesn't have to be monetarily.
Oh, this is a good one. Yeah. What do you do to improve your mood when you're in a bad mood? Ooh, that's tough. Okay. I hate digging myself out, but it.
So what's your go-to?
Stop, pray.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean, oh God, it's hard for me to get out of a bad mood. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah. I'm not dogging you, but you are definitely like watching you, like spending time with you. Like when you're in a funk, you're in a funk. I'm like, oh, Jake's not doing good today.
Hey, but I can pick up on you pretty quick too.
Yeah,
I'm always like,
for sure. Dale's off. Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I think it's because we are around so much that it's easy to see.
Easy to pick up on. Yeah. What do you do to improve your mood, though? Do you have something like a go-to?
if I can get outside, I think it helps.
Yeah.
Like just getting outside for a minute.
Yeah, I think stepping away from the situation that's got me in a funk.
It's like, but mine's like a build up. I'm sure everybody's like yesterday you called me like, oh, Jake's in a funk. Like I was editing all day. I've been in a dark room, no sunshine, and kids come home, they're screaming. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like over it that quick.
Yeah.
And it stinks for them because they come home and they're all happy having fun. And then you turn into like monster dad.
So let's just, all right, I'm going to, instead of like going, let's go this way with it. When I'm into like a kind of a funk about certain things, okay, let's keep it light. Let's talk about like gym stuff, I guess. Okay, because it's like less serious about work or relationships. So for gym stuff for me, like I'm kind of in a funk and like I'm like feeling down about myself.
Yeah.
And my capability. Let's put it that way. I'm like, dude, you're garbage, right? I just try to remember like
wins.
Well, not even that. Like it's more about being able to talk to yourself in a way to remind you that you are better than what you think you are. Not to like puff yourself up into some magical being or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you are, I am, you know what I mean? Like being able to talk to yourself in a positive way and be your biggest fan is a powerful tool.
That's what you talked about this morning.
It is what we talked about this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a powerful tool.
What was going through my head though is like it's hard when you are like your biggest critic.
You need both.
Because I know, and then learning how to do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
my parents or my mom, she would always be like, anytime I get like kind of haughty, I'd be like, there's always someone bigger and better.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
And so like that's kind of stuck with me. So whenever I'm like doing something, I'm always like checking myself. And I don't know if it's like caused me to have negative, like where I'm just like, I'm always chasing. You know what I mean? I never feel like I'm accomplished.
Yeah, and that's can be dangerous too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how to have like a healthy medium there.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of times you
think
get beat down.
You need to develop your positive side more than because you're always going to be your biggest critic.
Yeah.
At least I am. You know what I mean? So it's super easy to fall into that.
And it's not a victim mentality either.
No, it's not
different.
that. Yeah.
It's like,
no, that's
you
something
need to be better
totally
than
different.
this.
Yes.
But there's never a reward for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's what I deal with. I don't know.
So having a positive mindset and being able to go, no, whenever you're in the funk and you're feeling down about whatever it is, no, you are these things. Speaking those things is super important. Words have a lot of power, right? Yeah. So like saying things like, man, you're so dumb, like is super damaging to yourself. You are listening to what you're saying. You know what I mean? Your mind is, like whenever you mess up a project or whatever, you know, or I write something wrong on the board. I'm like, you idiot, you don't know how to spell anything. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is, those things, they add up. And like, if you don't check them, they'll take over, man, real quick.
Yeah. So, I think that's what causes a lot of funk too, like in my life.
Yeah.
Beating myself up. But.
Stop doing that, Jake. So you got to develop the positive side way more because the negative guy is always ready there to pounce. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Like not the negative guy, but the critic, the guy who says you are better than this. What are you doing right now? These have come out sometimes too.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of like the story that works for me every single time is like whenever I was doing that 50K and I went 20 some odd miles. I was like close to, finishing this thing up, like less than 4 or 5 miles left.
Yeah. And
I'd been telling myself, you're going to crush this. You're doing good. You've got this. You've trained, you've ran, you put all this time and effort into it. You're the man, like all these things. And I just hit a wall and I was like, dude, my body and mind shut down. And I sat down on the trail, just sitting there kind of sulking for a minute. And I like literally had like the negative talk in my head, like, you piece of garbage, get off the ground now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy had to come out right then because that's what I needed. That kick to the butt.
Yeah.
You got to be able to do that too. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Piece of garbage. Literally, that conversation was happening in my head.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're trash. Get up now.
Well, that's a positive one.
Is it?
I would think so.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, if you're in a workout and you're doing that to yourself, you're probably like pushing yourself harder. But I'm saying whenever like you start beating yourself up, like actually like, dude, you're worthless at this. Like and then you're like, yeah, man, I agree.
Well, that's whenever, that's whenever it's like a negative thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is like, you're worthless. Like get up and do something about it. That's
what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. The critical guy needs to, it's not the same thing.
Critical is different than just damaging.
What is the right word? It doesn't matter. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Moving on. Let's talk about something different.
Yeah.
What do you hope to achieve in your professional life? Easy.
Yeah.
Like here at the gym, at this location, 300 members.
Yeah.
Full staff of like multiple people. We're like a full-time coach besides me that works here full-time.
Yeah.
Running 8 to 10 classes a day.
Yeah. I want multiple teams shooting photography for me.
Yeah. That will happen.
Yeah, it has
sure.
to.
Yeah.
It just it gets expensive.
Yeah.
When you're booking out another artist, it gets kind of expensive.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to.
That's why you have to train somebody.
Yeah, but you train them and then they get better.
That's okay.
You know,
that's okay. That's
there.
good, Jake.
Yeah.
That's like no different than like if somebody came into the gym one day, say a young kid, he's 18 years old, getting ready to graduate high school, and he's looking for a part-time job, right? And I invest 5 years in this guy, and he walks up to me and says one day, dude, I'm ready to start my own gym. Is it going to hurt? Absolutely. But I'm going to say I did my job right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. We probably got like one more of these.
Oh no, Jake, what have you done?
What is the most disgusting habit some people have?
Smoking.
Smoking is one of those.
Ugh. Check this out. This was a long time ago. Sorry, babe. I'm gonna preface. No, I'm just saying. I'm gonna preface with this. I remember walking out of I was at the airport one time. This was a long time ago. I think we were dating, so it's a little better, hopefully. But I remember seeing this girl, and I was like, man, she is really pretty. And then I saw her light a cigarette. Yeah, I know, right? And I saw her light a cigarette, and it instantly made me go, disgusting. Like she went from like a very beautiful person to me, like, wow, she's really pretty too. I wouldn't come within 10 feet of this girl ever. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Like cigarettes do that to me.
Smoking
like I'm like,
nasty.
It is nasty. It's terrible.
It stinks because like if they smoke in the house, then everything smells.
Sorry, I don't hate you if you smoke. Just that you know that, but
it's an addiction, dude.
That's terrible.
Food is a huge addiction.
Yeah. Is that a disgusting habit?
Yeah. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Sure.
Dee and I were talking about this on the way home. I'm like, dude, I want an intervention.
What do you mean?
I just think it's hard to control food in your life. Like, what happens if, like, Sage, she got class president this week. First thing we do, we go celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you do something bad, you feel down on yourself. What do? You go grab food. Like, and you feel guilty about it. I do. Mm-hmm. So I think in my life that food is an addiction, and I want to like kick it.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed.
So, I mean, it's going to be sad. Debbie.
She's got to go.
I don't want to let her go.
Your side piece has got to go, Jake.
Debbie's my girl, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it because, you know, Dee and I are married, but Debbie is,
she a close second. Some people are going to be like, who's Debbie?
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie's snacks is what we're talking about.
No, it's gotten to the point now. I'm just like, I need to help.
Food is really powerful because people, including myself, view food, and it is to a degree, it should be in some ways, but they view food as a pleasure versus a fuel source. If you were thinking of it like you're putting fuel in your car, you wouldn't view it the same way. So
maybe that's what I need to do. Just a paradigm.
There's a whole group. It's called Food is Fuel, and that's what they like. Their nutrition group, and they like preach it, and that's what they train people to understand, that like what you're putting in your body is this fuel to fuel your body.
So what would you do to celebrate? Like,
I think,
because it's emotional eating is what it is.
Yeah, I am.
Whether you're happy or
I am totally upset. Cool with celebrating and having the cake and enjoying life. I really am. I think that like, if you're an athlete and you're trying to achieve the highest goal or whatever, you know, yeah, your diet better be like 100% on point, you know. But if the average person, me and you, like our kid becomes class president and we go out to eat and have cake, lava cake at Chili's. Yeah. Absolutely, dude. You have to enjoy life. Yeah. But emotional eating is, it's dangerous.
But I wonder if that's what we're teaching our kids.
Could be.
You know, I feel like that could be the case in my house.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how to fix that.
Yeah. For me, like, I like to be full and I like to chew a lot of food. So I like to consume like large portions. So I try to make sure that what I'm eating is not full of like a ton of calories. Yeah. Right. So it's no different than looking at like a plate of vegetables on the side of meat and going, this is 500 calories. It's an entire plate. Or you could literally have one oatmeal cream pie and it's, or two oatmeal cream pies. It would be the same amount of calories. I think an oatmeal cream pie is like 200 to 300 calories, something like that. 2 of those is an entire meal in calories of real food.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Right.
Well, shall we wrap it up?
Should probably wrap it up. We've been talking nonsense for an hour and 30, almost 7 minutes. Jake.
Well,
thanks for hanging out with me, buddy.
Today was a hangout day.
Yeah.
We tried to do this a couple weeks ago, but it got serious quick. So
yeah, we kept it light the whole time today, really. I mean, we like few like tidbits, but pretty light.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
What is today?
Today's Thursday, Thursday the 14th.
Oh, yeah.
October 14th.
Dude, I'll just tell you what I was going to do.
Oh, no.
I was trying, but it's not going to happen. I was going to have you start rolling cameras, and I was going to come in, like, literally dressed like Dr. Phil for, like, the Halloween episode.
Why didn't you do it?
Because I couldn't get all the stuff together.
Oh.
But I don't even dress up for Halloween, but I thought, dude, it would be...
All you have to do is wear a suit and throw some.
That's my requirement.
That's what he wears.
Yeah, in here I'd die in here, but
that's true.
I was gonna go full on out, like get hair, put it on the sides, like full on mustache. Like I was gonna go hardcore, big old pharmacy glasses.
There's a cold front rolling in. You would have been fine.
I know.
It's supposed to be 50 degrees on this Saturday.
He's gonna hate me because I told you, but I was gonna do it. I was gonna have you start rolling, have the audio going, and I was gonna walk through that door just to film your reaction and sit down as freaking Dr. Phil.
Should have done it.
Yeah.
Way to screw it up.
I don't know what that podcast.
Now our podcast is gonna fail. That's the only reason why.
It would have been funny though.
All right, man. Let's do this. Thanks, Jake. Love hanging out with you, man.
For sure. Good. See you.